All right, some people wanted to know how I did the tilt front clip on this truck. Well, first I just cut the fender. Just come up with your line. This is the easiest way to do it for an 80s clip because the cowl mounts up here. So you cut your fender about the line of that, come straight down to that line, and then go out at an angle. And then, as for the tilt itself, I built a core support out of some steel tubing, and I just welded a headlight bucket to some tabs, and then the turn signal and marker light are just like trailer ones. It's amber on the other side, so you'll see the amber through the grill. And the wiring harness is just some trailer light with the plug, so I can unplug the wiring harness from that clip, pull the pins out, and the whole thing will come off. And that's my hinge system. To get the right height that I measured this core support and everything, I just got some of these little hinges. They're for like barn doors or something. I got it from like a Tractor Supply store. Any like small town or like local hardware store, like Tractor Supply or Trailer Supply place, should have these hinges. So I just welded one to the frame on top of that tube, and then the other one's welded to the support, and there's just a pin going through. You pull that cotter pin out right there and take that pin out, and it'll come free. And then I have a chain to stop the tilt. It needs to come up taller, but I need to move this mounting point like up to here, and that's how I have the radiator mounted. There's some steel tube welded to the frame of the truck, and then some brackets to hold it from the top, and it's sitting on rubber bushing to absorb the vibration on the bottom. So I've got two tubes going upright from the frame, and I welded a piece of angle iron to those tubes. The radiator sits on that, on top of bushings. That bracket, tube core support, I just measured it to like the same width of the other core support. And I just measured it from the front of the fender so it was the same distance, and that gave me a lot of clearance off the back of it to clear the radiator and everything. And I'm not even running a fan shroud, and no, it does not overheat. Pretty simple. The only downside is it will not clear the bumper. So I actually cut the frame to clear the valance. As you can see, it gets really close. If you are smart enough to find a different type of hinge, you may be able to get it to go over and clear the bumper. I had seen somebody else had done this. They cut a C-clamp, and it was the J shape, and they just mounted a piece of round tube to the bottom of the C-clamp, so whenever it tilted, it came up and over like that, and it cleared the bumper. So that's how I did it. I'm planning on eventually just mounting the bumper or something to the core support or whatever. I'll come up with a plan later. I don't really care if I even have a bumper, but that's how I did it. There's the greasy old engine.